That's not getting warm.
The whole pot's not getting warm?
No, there's no heat coming out of that.
Oh, that's outlet. The outlet doesn't work.
Are you serious? Did you really plug it into the outlet?
He's gonna kill me. Hey guys, welcome back to Lip and Lure. My name's Gunner. This is CJ. Today with our video, what we've got planned is a little bit of shop work. We've got some work to do around here. It's a little bit messy, you know, as you work in a shop, it just happens, so we're gonna do a little bit of a cleanup.
Yeah, we've been kind of lazy the last couple days because of the snow and all the really bad weather. He hasn't been able to make it out here, and we're a little behind on our schedule.
Yep, things happen, things come up, but so today we're just gonna clean shop, and then we're gonna make some jigs with you guys today because it's a multi-purpose thing. Show you guys how we make our jigs, and also we need them. We need some jigs.
Yeah,
it's coming
we're
out that
running
time
out.
season. Yep. So we're gonna jump right into it, and we're gonna start moving about. We're gonna get an area section cleaned up and get our lead pot heating up. But first, we're gonna go ahead and start cleaning some stuff up and getting it rearranged. Alright guys, so a little halfway point here. We're going to plug in our lead pot, get it going, so that's warm by the time we're done cleaning up, now that we've got a section for it to sit.
We remembered this time.
It's just not happened in the past before, so anyhow, we're going to get this plugged in. We're going to also, quick tip, when you are doing jigs in lead, you want to set your molds on top of your lead pot so that it will warm up as well. And it just makes your molds a little bit cleaner. We'll explain that a little bit more down the road, but we're gonna get this thing heating up while we finish for the day and just get things polished out. But anyhow, we're gonna get back to it.
And we're back. We have started. I've set up the hooks to where they need to be, and we're going to go ahead and get started pouring them. You always want to make sure that you scrape your top layer because there's usually a bunch of crud that builds up in your lead pot.
If you're like us,
I don't like dirty lead. We just knock it off on the table we're working on and then get ready for the pour. We've already preheated our mold and it's ready to go. I'm not worried about overspill there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Earlier we actually fumbled around for a little bit and drilled out that little hole in this ladle so it would make it easier to pour. We were using this and it was really inconsistent on the pours, but we're gonna see how this one does. Yes sir, that's a much cleaner pour. We like a little bit smaller presentation on our leads, so I personally try to use this a little bit smaller of a hook on the in-between. That way there's not a big of a hook profile on it. And when the fish bite it, it's less likely to spit it. Try to spit it, until it's too late at least. It'll be way too late by the time they hooked.
Alright guys, so this is Gunner with lipnlure. I'm coming in now to show you guys how we go about removing the sprues off of these so that you can use them effectively. The best way that we've found, a lot of people call these undercut dikes. We actually use them for other purposes, but we repurpose them for making our jig molds and baits. But what I like to do is come from this underside here and then take it. Sometimes you got to adjust just depending on how big the sprue is, depending on the size of what you're working with. Like I believe this one, where's that mold at? So I can be a little more specific for you.
It's hot still.
That's fine. I believe this one is the 8th, and then that one's been the hardest if I remember correctly. The quarters aren't so bad, they're a little bit bigger, they're a little bit easier to maneuver. The sprue doesn't take up so much of the jig itself, and so it makes it easier to get that cut compared to doing the 8th here, where it takes up a little bit more, so it's a little bit harder to get that bite around it without messing up the overall form of the jig. But again, all I do is I come underneath here, take these, and sometimes again, I think this is probably going to be the better method, is come from the side profile and get that clean cut on it. And we'll come back, sand it a little bit, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to clean these up real quick, we'll speed through this, and just get them done. Alright, so now that we've gotten these all cleaned up, I got at least the sprues taken off, what we like to do with these leftover sprues, so you safely can put them back in without burning yourself, we put them in the ladle and just take them over to the lead pot. And then over here, we just softly will take it, dump them back in, and sometimes they'll get stuck in there, like this one, and you just have to let it melt off. It'll heat up to the temperature of the lead pot fairly quickly, so it's not anything too difficult. Now, as far as the rest of the process with this, as you'll see on some of these, because these are also, we dual purpose these are actually underspin cast that we have for this mold, and so we have these take off, and then sometimes there's a little bit of a leakage past the hook itself, so we'll come in behind and clean those up. I'll find a better example also. Another thing that'll happen, you'll see this from the factory, even the ones you buy in the shop sometimes, that little bit that will go up and over the eye of the hook, we'll clean those off and then get them ready for paint and use. But I'm going to go ahead and start cleaning these up, and we'll jump through this real quick too. Alright guys, so now that I've gotten these cleaned up, I've gotten most of the lead off, we'll get that out of the way. What we like to do really quick with these, we found a new method of holding the baits on, but what we also like to do is we take a small file, little detail file here. Sometimes the rat tail works a little bit better, but what we'll do is we'll hit the little bait keeper a little bit to sharpen it up, give it a little bit finer point, and all we do is we'll just take it, run it at about an angle, and pull it towards, or pull it down towards the hook, and again, it just makes it a little bit sharper. They're pretty round, and it just helps to hold the bait on. We'll talk about one of our other tricks that we do down the road, but this is just how we give them quick little detail, sharpen them up a little bit, takes that roundness away, helps it hold that bait on a little bit. And I'm going to jump through this again real quick, and we'll jump back up top and talk about the baits today. Alright guys, so that's kind of how we go about making our jig molds and making our jigs for our fishing with these at least. With that being said,
we'll have to do another video on our Ned rigs.
Right. As I didn't explain, before we came back up top, I was taking the sanding block just to clean these bottoms up a little bit so they don't snag, tear a little bit, and the paint lasts a little bit longer.
Yeah, they have this little tab that comes off from where the underspin piece goes. You mentioned that earlier, and that always becomes a problem. It always gets hung up on hydrilla, pond scum, anything it can possibly get hung up on, it does.
You name it. We're going to end the video here today because what we're going to do is we're going to go out and test these, but we've got a new painting method that we're going to try out, and we're going to go run these out in the water. We're pretty excited about this new method, but these are the ones that we did before. They were a dip vinyl paint. We just didn't like the way it turned out. They seemed to peel too much. We just didn't like the quality. So we want to go back and try out this new method, and we're going to paint those up, and then we're going to go out and test them, see how we like it, give a little review, and we're just excited to get it on, down in the water and use these today.
I'm more interested in the water than anything else.
Yep. There will be a part 2 to this, and possibly even a part 3 to show you guys how we're going to use that new method if we really like it, and share that with you guys.
Yeah.
But we're going to wrap this video up here. Subscribe.
Don't forget to like.
Yeah. Comment down below, but most importantly, hit that notification bell somewhere down here.
Somewhere.
Yeah. Catch us on the part 2 with this video series that we're doing. Please subscribe, so follow along with us in this journey. And you guys have a great day. Get out there and fish and make something with your hands.
Have a good day, guys.
Yep.